Right, so yesterday I started recording my racing again, my trading again. I hadn't done that in ages, and I was trying to do it almost every race that I was trading, but certainly got quite lazy with that, and I just stopped bothering really. And I think it's important to try and record as much racing as you're trading as possible. It's good to sort of go back to them when you've got a bit of spare time and look over the way that you're trading. And I think it's only then when you can look at it when you're not actually involved in the markets and you haven't actually got money in the line, you can look at what's going on and sort of identify what you could have done better, and what you could have patterns that you can see that's happening around certain prices, and pick up information that you can use in the future. So it's important to do that. I just need to be a little less lazy and do that more often. So I think doing that definitely helps with trading and helps you sort of progress and move forward. So anyway, I started doing it again yesterday. I'm going to try and do it again today. And I picked out a couple of, or yesterday evening anyway, I picked out a couple of races that I traded with relatively small stakes really. And there were swing trades that produced pretty good results. And I thought I'd put them on the channel because it's been quite a while since I've done that. So this one is 1835 at Huntingdon. It's a handicap chase. Although it's a handicap, I know generally you should be able to scalp certain handicaps. This one it's an evening race, and Huntington sometimes can produce some good swings. And in the evenings, then also these drifts, so moves can go on a little bit longer than they might do during the day, generally speaking anyway. So I'm waiting for the right opportunity to get involved with the swing trade. You can see I opened the market there about 7 minutes left to the off. If you've got the time to do that, I think it's worth doing that. If you could sit down for sort of 10 minutes or so before the off and observe what's going on, because one, you can sort of have a look at the way the market's moving and what's going on, but also sometimes there are some good early opportunities to get involved with, and some of them are sort of glaringly obvious sometimes. Saying that, this one isn't really. Looking at the four graphs there, it's difficult to say what's going to be going on over the next couple of minutes or even the next few minutes. I haven't got any idea really, so I'm just going to I had to sit it out and wait for the right opportunity. And sometimes I find it quite difficult to do that because trading can be quite exciting really. It's good to, getting involved is quite an exciting prospect sometimes, and having to sit out and wait and sometimes not get involved at all is quite difficult. But I think this video is all about really being patient and showing how being patient can pay off. And so the main thing really I find is to get involved only when you're at least 80% sure of what's going to happen in the market. So if you're 80% sure at least of, or you think you are, of the direction that one of the horses you're going to trade is going to go, then you can get involved, and you can that could be based on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different factors or different reasons. So anyway, there's around 4 minutes left to the off. It looks like gold ingot is making its way in, was below that 4.0 mark, and I was tempted to get involved with that, but because it's around 4 minutes, I think I've said before that generally around the 4 minute mark, for some reason the market's pretty jumpy, and I don't know if it's trader activity or what, but quite often then a horse can go one direction and then just 30 seconds later, a minute later, swing back the other direction very, very quickly. So I think it's quite a dangerous time to get involved. But we're below that 4 minutes mark now, so I'm sort of waiting for something to happen now, and getting quite excited to get involved. Now, because it's over 2 miles, it's probably not going to be from the stalls. They generally should go off roughly on time. Races that are this length, they may be a minute late, but I'll be looking to get involved between sort of 3.5 minutes left to go and maybe 1 minute left to go. So I'm just waiting for that opportunity. Mr. Nosy Rosie, you can see there, it's sort of having that battle at 6.0, which is a bit of a pivot point, so that should be going one way or the other. Miami Present, that's making its way down to 6.0. So I've got one of those two at the moment, so I'm thinking at least one or two of them might really swing one way or the other. But saying that, I can't see much that's happening on the two horses that are left at the moment. They've got the lower prices, so they sort of dominate the market. They seem to be opposing each other. Still got my Nosy Rosie, so I think that's just waiting to break one way or the other at the moment, and that might be a good horse to get involved on and trade on. So still, 2 minutes 45 left to go. I still don't know what to do, but that's fine. Sometimes you've really just got to wait for the last minute or a minute and a half to get involved with something and wait for that money to come in the market. There's been about 230,000 matched on the market so far. Obviously, a lot of money's been matched on Happy, but not too much on the other four horses, or the other three horses really. So just waiting for a little bit more money to come in and for the market to really develop. Saying that, gold ingot, seems you see on the mouse cursor there, it's got quite a smooth curve upwards there, and it looks as though it might be drifting out. But I've got my Miami present there because it looks as though it's going to push below that 6.0 mark. And I think once it pushes below that, if it goes down a couple of ticks below that, depending on what's going on the other three horses, it might be a good idea just to back that and see how far that goes down. I've only got £50 there for my stake. It's not a large stake at all because I'm not 100% sure, not really confident about what's going to happen. I could always press it twice if suddenly I am, but I'm going to keep that low stake ready. Now Miami Present's gone down to sort of 5.6, 5.5 now. I tried to get involved at 5.4, but instead I back it. I think it's 5.2. There's a lot of money coming in for that now quite quickly, and I'm getting ready to close out just in case I've got that wrong. But as you can see in a second, there you go. There's a lot of money, a couple of grand that came in there to back it, and there's even more money coming in. Looking at two horses on the left, the two favourites there, they're really drifting out now, which is great. And Mr. Nosy Rosie is also drifting out a bit, so that really means that there's only one direction that Miami Present can go, and that's downwards at the moment. So I'm going to try and capitalise on that and make the most of it. I've only got about £20-30 left or so to take out of that £50 stake. I've taken £30 out of it already. So it's all about now how far this is going to go down. I want to try and maximise that. I'm looking to take another £10 stake out just to safeguard a lot of that profit, and maybe leave that last little bit in to the death. So I think in a second I take out, because it looks as though it's drifting back out again, Miami Present. I take out another £10 stake, because I don't really want to be losing much of that profit. It's a great profit made from £50. It's almost £10 made from that £50 stake, which is fantastic really. But it looks as though Miami Present, it's not going to go below that 4.0 mark, which I was hoping it was going to. And it's drifting back out again. And that's to be expected really. I mean, the other three horses are roughly, they're roughly the same price. So it's one of those markets where things can go up and down. But I eventually closed out at £7.50.